coming up this weekend. I know we've had a little bit of switch up. We were supposed to have the team duel challenge was supposed to kick off, but we switched up to I think the Grand Prix.
No, we're just we're supposed to do the first qualifier up in Black Hole, up in New York, more towards your guys' area. But unfortunately, 2 out of the 4 teams pulled out. Then we were going to do just a team duel, and then one team lost a couple guys. So we just ended up kind of making matches through the 4 teams that we had, and added a couple other ones. So we got 10 fights coming on Saturday, live from HQ. We are welcoming fans back. So I know it's our first show back this year that we will have some fans in attendance, and then we'll get rolling. But yeah, no special fights or anything like that. But we got about half and half. I think 5 amateurs, 5 pros. Return of Kimmy Deal will be back. Billy LeMay who's coming back, and there's a couple other guys just making their debut. Jacob De Jesus won the amateur invitational last year. He'll be back. Dallas Ragosa is taking his pro debut, so it'll be good. Some new guys and old guys come back into the circle.
Now you're doing this like the same fight series, fight nights like you did the last 2.
So this will be technically still HES 32. So the only difference is fans are coming back. We'll do a little more promotion in the middle. Posters will be signed by all the fighters how we normally do. But like I said, originally this was supposed to be HES 32 first team dual qualifier. That'll be pushing back to HES 33 April 25th. But yeah, the fight nights will be back. The next one will be May. We just put a date on that. The fight nights have been fun.
How many
in an hour?
How many different types of events do you typically put on in a year? Because I know you have the team duels, you have the fight nights, you had the Grand Prix. So you got a lot going on.
So yeah, we so this was the first year we did the fight nights. So the fight nights was just an idea. I'm a wrestling coach, right? So normally we go until November, December, then I take off until March when we kick off after season. But we had a demand, people didn't want to take the time off. So we're like, all right, let's do a fight night. So the idea is that it's on a numbered event, 10 no more than 10 matches on the card, and on our YouTube premium that we're having a good attendance there, just to help that build. So those will be there. Like I said, the third one will be in May. Then we have our HES numbered events. So this will be HES 32. Where it could be a mix of a Grand Prix, where a Grand Prix is we do 8-man tournaments. We give $1,000 to the winner and a championship belt. If we do the team duels, again, they could be thrown on to any numbered card. The team duel is a team of 5, combined weight up to 950 pounds. This year for the amateur season, we're doing 4 qualifiers with 4 teams. The winner of the qualifiers automatically make the playoffs, and then the rest will be into the point race like we did last year. So those are just our events. We just have different formats, I guess, inside of the circle. Yeah, that right there, that's our new title that we introduced, Brandon Smith. So this title is now getting defended. The difference between that title and the Grand Prix title is the Grand Prix doesn't get defended. You win it, you keep it. Now this one, if you win the belt, like I said, Brandon Smith just won the 185 and under. He has to defend within 90 days. So we're right now negotiating and see who is he going to go against. But April 11th will be at Eddie Alvarez's gym for Ironman 6, which is a different tournament we do. We always do 1 or 2 tournaments a year. Registration is live on Smooth Comp, guaranteed 2 matches, but whoever wins the wild card division will get to go against Brandon in his first title defense. And then we're still looking for the other weight classes, 145 and below, then 205. Kyle Myers is waiting for someone to win, get that title shot. We're still kind of in limbo after the girls, the last fight night. They had ended in a draw. We're talking right now. We're trying to get that on the books, and
that was a good matchup too.
I was excited. I was excited. That one got rebooked 3 times, and then for only Amanda to cut her eye open going into the third overtime was not the way we wanted to end that match.
Absolutely not. What's the most difficult? Like I said, I have several questions to build off of that, but like, what most difficult part of matchmaking that you find?
Well, on the girl side, the toughest thing is getting someone they haven't gone against 100 times, especially the lighter girls and then the heavier girls, right? The pool's only so big. We're an East Coast organization where I have people coming from all the states on the East Coast, but again, it's the same pool, especially when you get to that higher level. There's only so many girls. That and I'm not signing anyone to contracts, right? I'm not making you only compete for me. And the thing with jujitsu is you can compete every day, if your body's fine. But in that same boat, I've had people compete the week before for another organization, and then they have to pull for the week after that. But honestly, I've been doing this for 4 years now, and we have over 1,000 fights. Matchmaking's not tough, if you want to get in, it's especially, I tell you, our amateur divisions, white and blue belts, pros are purple, brown, black. We try to keep you close to your belt, but your weight class, we go day before weigh-ins virtually. So I'm not dragging you out for all that. And it's just really, like not trying to see the same matchup over and over and over. We do have a rematch coming up this weekend between Dallas and Ahmed. They went against each other last year, but in amateur rules. So now we're going pro rules. So a little longer of a round and all subs legal. But yeah, I mean, it's jiu-jitsu, so it's different. They're guys who just want to compete and stay active. And that's the biggest thing that we try to do at HCS. If you want to stay active, I'll get you matches every month. But you just have to bear with me.
And you guys definitely have some intense matchups. Like we've been around, and I feel like a Hammer Challenge Series does a good job of keeping. I'm trying to find the right wording for it, but like the intensity is always there, like every match. No matter, like I don't feel like if I jumped in there, like I'd feel comfortable because like the level of competition that you're bringing is like I feel like higher than some of the other promotions are trying to put out. Like most people are trying to throw out matches together, whereas yours seem very thought out.
So yeah, I mean, obviously you have your debuts that I don't know anything about, but I am a guy that is, if I'm watching someone and when they win, I have 5 names in my head to say, all right, this would be a good one. Now, I've said it before. I've seen every match that we've ever done, unless we've done 2 mats at the same time and I'm reffing on the other. But then I'll go back. I don't see boring matches. There are boring situations. There is one boring match in my mind. I'm not going to roast them again. They know who I'm talking about because I've talked about it before. But I think it's my rules. It's a short time. Like if you're an amateur, you got 4 minutes to find the sub. And if you really don't want to get to overtime, you got to go. And the pros, it's 6. And then it's also the circle. So there's no running away and all that. You got to stay inside the circle. And it's the stalling. You can't just pull guard and lay on your back, And the reason why I made the way I did the rules is we want exciting. We want jiu-jitsu to grow. I'm a wrestler. I made these rules for this. And there's been plenty of times that I've competed myself that I was bored being in the match just because of how much of a chess match it becomes, which is fine at the higher levels. I'm a black belt. I understand it. But we're only going to grow the sport if people want to watch it. And if the only community that is watching my matches are jiu-jitsu people, I'm not winning. I have to make sure you want to come out to the event. We call it the house party. So it is fun, weird matchups if we can. The team duel is by far the most exciting thing in grappling because you're with your guys and you're going. It's not a quintet, so everyone's got to compete. And I wanted to match that energy of just constant excitement. There's not, and you always have a definitive winner. That kid. I mean, Kiara and Amanda is the first ever draw, just because that's the only way that was going to be right. What am I supposed to make Amanda lose because her eyes is leaking? No. I mean, she wanted to go. Her coach said no. And yeah, we have definitive answers. You understand. You might, as long as you get on time and there for the rule meeting and you watch the rules prior, I don't have any issues.
Yeah. I think the way you handled that situation was like perfect because like the whole like who could have saw that freaking eye gouge coming, like, and I did.
I'm not even sure how it happened. I think it was a headbutt. I don't know.
I didn't catch it, and I was like,
because it happened after the ADCC when we're getting ready for overtime, the last EBI. So I think it was off a takedown. It was the first time I actually even had to stop. It was in the middle of ADCC. We had to stop it, and we looked at it, and I looked at it right at her eye. At first, I thought it was like her lash was coming off, but it was her but she's good. She's healthy. I already asked her. So Amanda and Kiara too will happen. She's busy. Both of them are busy. So again, that I guess that is the biggest thing. Locking high competitors more than once. If they're going like right now, my triple champ Andrew Cockle is over in Vegas. In the PGF, he's trying to do his thing, right? Obviously, the new belt that I brought in first, it should be him. But no, go do your thing. He's representing us. He's won 3 Grand Prix for us. He's made a good amount of money from us, and now he's over there, and he'll be on tonight, and we'll be watching. Honestly, he's about to be kicking off soon. But it's just seeing these guys. I've had guys like a bunch, Luke Fernandez, UFC, Eric Nolan, UFC, and it's all these guys. When they get the call up, obviously they're not gonna, they can't risk it. And I'm
Right.
hoping the day I have to get on the phone and call Dana or Hunter Campbell and come on, just let them compete for us. But we'll worry about that when we get there. But
Hey man, like the fact that you have people coming through your promotion who are making it to that league, though, says something about the competition that you're bringing in, and I think it says something to like where it's going as well. I think people were hyping up that. Have you seen the one Las Vegas promotion? People are hyping up as like
that,
the ADCC.
well, I mean, you might be talking about the PGF, right?
I think so. I
That's where
think
that's what I was talking about. Cockle's there right now.
okay. I was,
He's on the Philly Phenoms. Yeah, it's
for
6
some reason
weeks.
I was thinking PFL, but yeah, no, like
Yeah.
so that's a perfect example. Is like I could see so like Hammer Challenge Series being something like that over here. I mean,
That,
like with
that's
the
what the new belt's supposed to be. Brandon Smith, right? When I picked Brandon Smith and Bobby Reardon to be the inaugural title match, both of them compete for me all the time. It's not like I never have to bend your arm, whatever. They call me and whatever. Bobby made his pro debut with us he was there at the first team duel, and someone lost a teammate at the last second, and he was in the stands, and he had his gym shorts, and he's like, "I'll do it," and he just went out, and it was a blue belt, just getting ragdolled by all these black belts. And then we threw him back into the amateurs, let him build up. He won the amateur invitational, which we acknowledge our best amateurs at the end of the year, earned his pro card, win the wild card tournament, and then got into the Grand Prix, and then got another title shot. So I'm giving everyone the platform, especially the white and blue belts, build through my system. The only thing that matters when you get seated in my brackets or what you do inside the circle. I don't care that you won the IBJF. That's not my rules. It has zero to do with it. I've had IBJF world champions come into my Grand Prix and lose in the first round because they can't handle what the rules set. And I say it there, and they know who I'm talking about. But we've brought in the best, and no one's can beat them. So you have to play the game. But if you want to build, especially I have Archer just won at the last fight night and a 10-second armbar. The dude is 18 years old. I found him because I went to their gym and he fucked me up. And I'm
was
like,
that
what is this? Who is this?
that was
Archer?
that the one kid versus hold on.
Bobby Najamaya, the doctor, the older
Yeah.
guy. Dude, that armbar was like clean, like so Arthur won my amateur invitational last year. I said, all right, you're allowed to go pro. Would you like to go pro? I know you can handle it. I was like, yeah, let's go. I gave Bobby, who was also 1-0 with a very quick finish. I'm like, this would be a good test. Goes out in arm bars in like 15 seconds. But now what is he doing? He's already saying, all right, when am I getting my title shot? I'm telling you, you got to go in the Ironman, go win the wild card. Then I have to give you your title shot. But you earn it. You get your records. And then we get you your content. We build you have to go, and hopefully jiu-jitsu will get the platforms here and other organizations will call and you go. And then hopefully, I can be a home. Like when HES 10, the headliner was Sajara Eubanks versus Nicole Matthew. Sajara left the UFC. I was her first competition outside of the UFC. I had a working relationship with her. I shot my shot, but it was there. Cool. And now these people that are coming out, and there are some contracts you have to worry about. But if once they're free, I mean, you want to compete, do jiu-jitsu for the rest of your life. It's not, you don't have to worry about medicals. You don't have to worry about taking injuries. And yes, obviously freak things happen. And if you don't tap quick enough, but most of the time you can come out and compete and get that itch, and become a superstar on your own level.
Yeah. And jiu-jitsu is one of the great ones where, like, you can, like you said, you can go out as long as you're smart and you can compete every week and still, like, be safe, earn some money. There is money to be made here. There's the brand deals, the ambassadorships, the sponsorships, depending on, I mean, how hard you want to work at it. Um, Josh, what would you say has been the most rewarding experience in promoting for you?
So like I said, when I started this, it was a COVID project. I was coming off of two losses, competing myself for Men of War. First loss was to Frank Rosenthal. I lost a tough decision. I had no problem with that. He was number 15 black belt in the world at the time. So it is what it is. Then I lost the next one where I lost a decision where nothing really happened. We both didn't really have that many attempts and all that kind of stuff. And I just left really bitter. So I came home, me and my fiance at the time, my wife now, we were out back and I just looked at her. I was like, I'm telling you, I can do this better. And she's like, yeah, whatever you want to do. So I kind of used that COVID time of being home and came up with the game plan, came up with the rules. And then the first rules we did were the team duels. I said, I think this is what it was. Again, I've said it. I'm a wrestler. Wrestling is the best sport in this world. Nothing I can have without wrestling. There's no high school match you go into that you don't get exciting when you hear the bleachers going. So I said, I have to bring that. So we did a trial of 3 teams. It was one of my schools.
Oh,
You like them or not, and they competed. It was fun. We did our first, technically, Bucktown technically won the first ever amateur playoff or team duel, which ever happened. We did that. That was November of 21. Then January of 22, we did our first HCS1. I did 6 fights using an iPad live on Facebook. And we did the 6 matches in 37 minutes. Had no one, I didn't charge tickets. I didn't do anything. Didn't think about that. I was like, let's just see. Everyone loved it. I said, all right, cool. Then we came back. Then following, we did, I think HCS2 was in March. We did 12 fights and same thing. We charged a couple people at the door. Some people came. I was like, all right, let's see where we can go. HES3 is when we did the team duel, and we had Dante Rivera's team, and that was Luke Fernandez, Eric Nolan, Jerry Leshy, all these big guys. Brandon Smith made his debut on there, and the pop was, I was like, oh, here it is. And then we kept on going, and then HES8, we did our first Grand Prix. HES10, like I said, I had Sajara Eubanks, but it was just these events that kept on going, and I started to get my handball, but I was having fun, and I got to look, and then HES20, we had a big venue, it was a really big venue. And I was kind of stressing. I was like, we've never done anything like this, whatever. We sold over 200 tickets, and it was just like, all right, how are we going to do this? Had vendors, all this fun stuff. And then I remember just sitting and watching. I just had my son. So he was about 5 months old, 6 months old. But my wife came, she worked the door. My in-laws came, whatever. And they all walked in, and my in-laws, they're very successful business guys. And you could tell, like, a lot of times when I talk about this, people are like, he doesn't do it. Like they think it's just, let me just put it on. And then the moment when I put that show on and I did all that work and they just sat there and looked, she's like, oh, you have an event. This is not just a little hobby. And I was like, that was the moment I was like, oh, thank you. Then it was around the same time, and I'm at I was at a Naga, Battle at the Beach. I always compete once a year. And a guy comes up to me who was in my bracket, and he was like, man, I really wish we got a chance to compete today. I wanted to show you what I got so you can get me on HCS. And I had no idea, but he knew who I was. He came up to me. I was like, oh. And one of my students saw that happen. They're like, oh. I was like, all right. I was like, you could just DM me. We don't have to fight for you to get on the thing. But I think it's just that, and it's just the growth of the platform and the respect from the grapplers, and all the fighters and all the coaches. Through me competing and having my guys compete, there are a lot of shady people in this business, and it's unfortunate.
That's an understatement.
I just took a role as now matchmaker for Art of War fighting out of Philly. So now I'm matching MMA fights, and it's very similar to what I do now, but now I'm even seeing the other side, and to make a good connection with someone, especially in the sport with how big egos are, it takes a lot. And I never want anyone leaving my organization feeling that they were done wrong. or anything like that. I've had a bad time. So you've probably seen it. When you compete for me, I'm having a conversation with you before you leave.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't, I'm going to be following up and making sure whatever. If there's any issues with any rules or anything like that, I want to make sure I get my point across and you understand what happened and we can make it right. And obviously not everyone's going to like me. And I don't need everyone to like me, but I need you to understand what happened today. And I hope you want to compete again. I have a very short list of people that are not allowed inside the circle, and they've earned that by far. But it's not.
What's the craziest story where you've had to kick someone out without giving names?
Okay, so HES3, we just started. We had a match, and if you see in my rule meetings, I talk about it. But so we go into EBI overtime. Obviously, they're tired, whatever. And so when you get set in the back position, the refs are instructed to make sure they're set. So bottom guy, your chin down, hands up. Top guy, ready to go. Once we say go, we're on. This kid was dead tired. And we said, are you set? He said yes. The ref said go. His hands were down, chin was up. Homeboy slid into a nice rear naked. Got it, right? Behind me to like the way it was set up. We had the blue mat was behind me. That was the warm up area, and the desk was there. And I see it. I look at my brother. I'm like, he's probably just like, like good match. Hopefully we can run it back, kind of a thing. No word spoken. He sucker punches the guy, just straight up punches him. The kid eats it, but I pop out of my chair and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Whatever. And then the kid gets in my face, and then I foot sweep him to the mat. And then we just carry him out. He's just gone. Talking whatever. And that moment when that happened, again, that was my third show in, maybe 4, whatever. I was like, this is going to happen. But I've never seen it in jiu-jitsu. Like you got me. It is what it is. We're on to the next. I'll see. Let me talk to him and go. But he just cold cocked him. Like it was so bad. And there was a lot of other stuff that happened after that I'm not going to talk about. And people that have been around know what I'm talking about. But again, that was happened in the beginning. And I haven't really had much. We've had some nasty arm breaks and stuff like that. And last year we did, we worked with Hudson Fitness Expo. So we did a show in Jersey City where we just did it in the middle of the streets. They put up a tent. We did some matches, all that kind of stuff. And as we're setting up, a bunch of homeless people are around just talking to us. And, I'm just messing around, whatever. And there's this one guy who's like, oh, I'll meet you all up, whatever. I was like, no, you're on 10:30. Make sure you come back. You're on the first match, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, I forgot, someone won, whatever. There's a video. You can go on the YouTube, on the Instagram and find it. But kid wins, whatever. The guy gets over the barricade. He's like, that's my dude, blah, blah, blah. And he's literally on the mat. I'm like, oh my God, we had to remove him. But yeah, so you've seen some things, and then coaches have said some stuff, but everyone stays tame. I have my big security guy standing in the middle, ready to go at all times, but it's fun.
It's definitely always been a good time. I've never noticed any bad vibes. Obviously some people stress and not remembering the rules.
Yeah.
But never.
There's a difference of being upset because you lost, and coaches being upset they lost. And then normally everything cools down, give it the 5 minutes, and we're on to the next. And again, if anyone ever has a question, you just ask me and I'll clarify it.
Oh, all right. I've run out of questions. Jeremy, do you have any today? You're coming in really low, my man.
I don't hear anything.
He's got a new headset. He's learning.
Nope. Still nothing.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. Yep, I just heard it. I heard the noise canceling kick in. My apologies. No, it sounds pretty interesting, man. You seem to have a high focus on trying to keep high intensity matches and everything, making things stay interesting and exciting so people don't just get bored it turning into another like slow chess match. Um, you have a mix of amateur and professional bouts. You've started pretty much from nothing, just see where you would go, and have turned into something huge that's actually getting to the point that you're getting fighters into the UFC. This okay, that's pretty cool. Honestly, I'm trying to think. There was a question that I had, and then we started talking about the arm break and the sucker punch, and it completely derailed me. I apologize.
It derailed him like that tournament.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine, man. As a promoter, like, I can't imagine being able. How would you? I can't. I don't. Man, I'm sitting here jumping over myself, John. I apologize.
You're good. How do you process that situation, like in the moment?
You guys
Yo,
froze. I don't know if you said something.
Did
Oh,
we freeze that time? Okay.
I froze that time. Okay.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, how do you process like that? Like when you, as the promoter, watching like that punch, like seeing that swing in that moment, like at what point does it click that what's going on? Like, where did you like, and what went
So
through your mind when that like?
that was early on. So now, anytime I see people go near each other, we don't let it happen for a hot minute. You can read it. I thought I saw it in the corner of my eyes. Again, I was in the booth. I literally thought he was just gonna go and like do whatever other guys go, like, yo, good match, fist bump, whatever, like, or like fuck you, like something like that. There was no, like, it's something, he literally just walked up and punched him. There was not, no one could react. Like it was
Yeah.
like yeah, it's like you're watching your buddy just get sucker punched at the bar. Like what just happened? And I'll give it to the guy that won, man. He won the match, and then that punch did nothing. Nothing. Like he was staring right back at him. I just made sure, would I foot sweep him now if that happened again? Probably not. Or probably just detain him. But man, when I can hit a good foot sweep, it was there. It was just perfect. It was like
I had to go for the.
and we got him out. But yeah.
So you got your
That was the question I was going to ask. Was you starting off the way you did? You said, I mean, you literally were on Facebook with a iPad. What would you say was the biggest thing that helped contribute to your growth if you were going to give advice to a new and up and coming promoter?
Stick to the path. If you have a plan, you have to, like, in the beginning, it was, all right, I need to test this out. But when I had my first event in my head, I had the next 4, and it has to keep on going. And even this weekend, this is the first time I've had to like really change a card. But I've always have the alternative plans in my head, but I have it. It all could end tomorrow. That is 100%. Everything can happen. You can lose all the money, whatever you have. I don't make money off of this. I don't lose money off of it. That's where I look at it. But I'm at 32. I have HCS 50 planned out. I have exactly what I want to get done at 50 and in between from there. So just have and make the connections. Never shut a door, because you never know when you're going to have to ask for somebody and or have a relationship with this fighter, or you had a bad relationship with this coach, but now this one of your most active guys went to that gym, anything like that. And don't make promises you can't keep. Don't put, all right, I'm going to sell out this venue, all this kind of stuff, because I'm telling you now, selling tickets, it's hard. When I fought as an MMA fighter, I was pretty good at selling tickets. That's how I made my money. When it came to negotiations, I wasn't taking flat fees. I was taking cuts. But it's a grind. It's a straight up grind. So now when I go and competitors, all right, we're looking to hit these numbers. You get commission off all the sales, so you can go for it, but you never know. Like I've had shows that, oh man, our pre-sales are only 10 tickets were sold. It's going to be horrible. But no matter what that attention is, you have to make sure that show is going to be awesome, because then then you can turn around and then, oh my God, 60 people showed up at the door. All right, how many were the pay-per-view? You have to give the product and give everything you have, because it's a lot. But if you take an L, you take an L. Dust it off and get back to the next. But have a plan. That's the biggest thing. Just have a plan.
I couldn't agree more. I think like just the way we do the podcast and the way we've evolved that, it's kind of given its own structure and format. And we like starting with the opening. Like, I know it's 10 minutes long. It's probably a bore for the guest, but it was one of those things that we found that added value to the consumer and the viewer. So we started incorporating it more and more and building off of that. Kind of like how you built your format for your different events, and continued building off of that. Having that plan is essential.
Well, you stepped on something that I was. My next question was actually going to be, what advice you gave in terms of maintaining, creating, and maintaining those relationships. But I think you kind of answered that already with the just always keep an open mind, keep the doors open, don't shut them prematurely. I guess that kind of looking at it from like a small town mentality, everybody knows somebody. So
Yeah.
like if you shut a door on somebody and then they go and say something to somebody else, and then next thing you know, like, you're cutting off avenues that you didn't realize. Um, Interesting. Man, at this point, John, you have trivia at this podcast, don't you?
We do.
Do you? Wait, do we have trivia? Is that oh wow? Dalton knows us so well. His finger was like ready. That was like okay. All right, you know what, John? I ought to put you on the spot and have you do trivia this time.
Oh, you want me to do trivia for you? All right, fine. I'll do trivia.
No, I just want to see you do it because I want to switch it up for the viewers.
All right, keep them guessing. I'll do it. I got it. I'll do trivia tonight. Josh, it's me and you.
Okay.
You don't have to sound so enthusiastic about it. All right. Which country produced wrestling legend Alexander Carlin?
Are we just saying it?
You got 30 seconds on the board, my man. Timer goes.
I'm gonna go
Run it.
Georgia.
You just gotta let it run. 30 seconds.
Oh.
All right. Sorry, this one's a little curveball for you. Promise the rest of them was a little easier. Best guess.
I'm gonna go Georgia.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. We got 1 for 4. All right. In Call of Duty Zombies, which map first introduced Pack a Punch?
Ooh.
We know you're hardcore zombies.
Yeah.
Taking you back to Modern War.
Yeah, I was like trying to think of which game that one even was. We go A.
All right. Oof. All right.
No.
That's a rough one. Was that OG WW2?
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough.
Hold up, real quick. All right. I'm gonna read these questions. Dolan's gonna reset the video down to 0, and he's gonna replay it, and the timer's gonna go for 30 seconds. All right, let's go. Which fighter recorded the fastest knockout in UFC history? This is a good one.
Yeah.
think I know this one.
I know, yeah, I'm confident. Masvidal. So McGregor knocked out Aldo in 11, but that flying knee. But
All right, this one's the last one, and this one's a super fun one for you. Where is pizza originally from?
I don't know. I feel like that none of these are actually the answer.
I did look it up. I feel like I got this one right. I get called out on our trivia a lot. We ain't Jeopardy here.
Well,
We just having fun.
yeah, but I was gonna go Naples. Boom, I did it. Good job.
Woo! Got it. 1 for 4. That was a little rougher than normal, but it's all right.
Okay.
We got through it. We did it. We managed. It was beautiful.
Jeremy still got no sound.
And I'm off the camera.
Sitting here laughing, and so I muted my microphone because I was like, I can do that now, and then I sit there and go. No, that was a good one. I thoroughly enjoyed that trivia segment. You guys came together as one, like the Power Rangers, and got through it. So I thought it was beautiful. So, yes, sir. No, hey, 1 for 4 ain't worth it. Well, we've had people come on and completely bomb. I mean, he's sitting here asking you about who founded which and what and the other. John be coming up with some. I swear he pulls encyclopedias out for these trivia questions sometimes.
We try to keep them guessing because we make it too simple. It's too easy. There's no fun in it.
That's fair enough. That was fair enough. I enjoyed the trick question with Aldo and McGregor because I think McGregor Aldo was the fastest at one point, wasn't it? Until Masvidal. Yeah, that was.
Masvidal knocked out Askren with like 45 seconds on the clock. I think it was like 40.
Oh, it was way less than that, brother.
No,
He knocked him. It was like
6 seconds. 6 seconds.
Oh.
And I mean, honestly, if we're being fair, a good portion of that 6 seconds was whatever referee reacting and trying to get there. That dude was out within 3. Like, I mean, it was bad. That was one of the. I remember that vividly. It's crazy to think now that they traded Mighty Mouse for Ben Askren, which Ben Askren didn't turn out to be really. Well, I mean, but
I love the guy.
The chain events that happened from that, then you wouldn't have the BMF if it wasn't for that trade.
Yeah.
Because if Masvidal hadn't knocked out Askren that quickly and then turned around into the Diaz fight and everything, it's really wild to see how those little deals and those little changes completely change MMA history. But I'm rambling on now.
No, you're all good. Josh, where can people find you and where can people sign up for Hammer Challenge Series?
You want to find my personal page, Hebrew Hammer MMA on Instagram, HES_grappling on Instagram. If you're looking to compete, just HESgrappling.com. You can write there. If you have any questions, just DM HES Grappling. It is me. I'm the one behind all the things. Any questions you have, I will answer. If you're looking to get in the Ironman 6, signups are either on our website or you can go right to Smooth Comp. We are coming live from Eddie Alvarez's gym. Eddie will be there. Pretty sure Eddie's kids are going to be competing as well. So it'll be a good time. Like I said, you have an opportunity to get matches if you're a novice, whatever. If you're a little more seasoned, you can win the wild card and earn a shot at $1,000 later this year in our Grand Prix tournament.
Sounds like the place to be. That's going to be April 11th. I believe we have a banner for that. Let's put that up one more time.
Yep, April 11th. Gi and no gi divisions. Bring our youth back in. We've had a couple youth matches trying to grow that as well. And then we're rolling.
Absolutely. Hey, all right, guys. This has been the JMA Podcast, episode 311. Special thanks to our producer behind the scenes, Dalton. I'm sorry for snapping there during trivia. Guys, make sure you go like, subscribe, follow everything Jmurrayathletics. We are on Instagram, Facebook. We have a website. We got a store. We got amazing products. Go check it
I'd
out.
tell you what, yeah, I got some plans to show off some of these products here soon, but we'll see. Yeah, there we go. Look at that beautiful banner right there. All right, guys.
All right, guys. Till next time, stay blessed. Peace.
So, yeah, thank you.